me, it's a Michael, it's a Rickshaw, and you're nerding out with Rickshaw. And you're also nerding out with a Toby.
That's right. I am Shy Guy Toby.
Oh, shy
I'm Shy
guy.
Guy.
I don't know how bad that Mario was, but sometimes it's good. But I feel like saying so many sentences in a row might ruin
If you do more
my.
than woohoo, it's you know.
You're nerding out with Rickshaw today, and hey, we're gonna talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Hey, Paisano, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Da 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 da. But first, do you need a new pair of headphones? Because I heard a rumor that you do. And if that's the case, well, you're in luck, my friends. You came to the right spot because it just so happens that Sennheiser is sponsoring this video, and Sennheiser told me to tell you that if you're in the market for a new pair of headphones, that you could go to the description down below, click the link, and it'll take you to a screen that has several options for new headphones. Some are over the ear, some are in ear. So, however you like it, you will be listening to some quality audio soon if you choose to buy a pair of Sennheiser headphones. What's that? You need a discount? Well, you're in luck because if you type the discount code 10 nerding out, then you get 10% off those headphones. Hey, you're welcome, my friend. And you could hit me up in the email and tell me thank you. That's nerdingoutwithrickshaw at gmail.com.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm actually getting really good at these.
I'm probably like the best that's ever done ads.
I mean, like pretty soon, people are gonna be hitting me up to advertise. Like
Cars.
Old Spice.
Oh yeah.
Or Brute cologne.
Yes.
That's a pretty popular one for older people. Now that I'm about to be 40.
Now that I'm about to be older people.
We've done the sponsor, and that was super good. I was really good at that.
Very good.
But we're about to talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie. And tell you what, I'm going to be honest. We're doing super, super heavy spoiler bros. Just saying. So if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want it to be spoiled, turn away right now and go watch the movie and then come back and then watch this, and then we'll talk about some shit in the comments. I don't know if you've seen it. A lot of people are giving it a lot of guff. I've seen a few YouTubers saying it's like really bad. I've seen the Rotten Tomato scores at like a 40% or something like that. The audience score is at like 80 to 90% or something like that. But I watched it and absolutely freaking loved it. So, yeah. What did you think, Toby?
So I just watched it today. Me and my 13-year-old went and watched it. We both loved it. We both had a great time with it. And he actually looked up the runtime and he was like, that was an hour and 30 minutes? That went by really quick.
Yeah. I think the only thing that like I've heard people talking about that I actually agree with is like the pacing. It's just so fast paced.
It's very weirdly fast paced. I even said that to my kid. I was like, it's really fast. Like you get real into the action and like Mario's like accepted like what's happening to him way quicker than I would have ever accepted it.
Yeah. And it's like the type of thing too where like it's like we got a whole origin story in the first like 20 minutes and then got through the whole movie in an hour and a half, and I was like, shit.
Yeah.
As far as we had a 20-minute origin, like the rest of the movie was like bam, 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 you know what I mean? Like so yeah, I thought there was a point in time during that origin where I was like,
So I just watched it today. Me and my 13-year-old went and watched it. We both loved it. We both had a great time with it, and he actually looked up the runtime, and he was like, "That was an hour and 30 minutes. That went by really quick."
Yeah,
Um,
I think the only thing that like I've heard people talking about that I actually agree with is like the pacing. It's just so fast
it's
paced.
very weirdly fast paced. I even said
Yeah.
that to my kid. I was like, "It's really fast. Like you get real into the action, and like Mario's like accepted like what's happening to him way quicker than I would have ever accepted it."
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like the type of thing too where like it's like we got a whole origin story in the first like 20 minutes and then got through the whole movie in an hour and a half and I was like shit.
Yeah,
As far as we had a 20-minute origin, like the rest of the movie was like bam, 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 pa, pa,
yeah.
pa, 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 you know what I mean? Like so yeah, I thought there was a point in time during that origin where I was like, maybe we're spending too much time on this. But once we got to the end, I was like, well, now I know why, you know?
Yeah. No, they they
So,
they they crammed a lot into this movie for it only to be an hour and a half. And like you said, the pacing was very very fast, but they got to the
yeah.
point. You know, this is a kids movie at the end of the day. This yes, we have had this character for our entire lives pretty much, right?
Yeah.
I understand that a lot of us grown-ups are gonna put a lot on this movie, but this is a kids movie, and it's a movie that goes fast enough to keep the attention for the kids. You know, there's nothing that's slowed down and draws out way too long. I think it's a perfect kids movie. You know, it's fast paced, it's got fun, it's funny, I don't know, I loved it. I had a great time with this movie. You know, I know
Yeah.
a lot of people were kind of poo pooing on some of the cast choices. And you know what?
Mm.
My only poo poo on any cast choice. I love Seth Rogen, but I don't want Donkey Kong to have the fucking Rogan laugh. Fuck. That's the only thing. If they would have like pitched it differently or like deepened his voice, because they pitch shifted almost everyone's voice in this, you know.
Yeah.
But Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong is Seth Rogen 100%. There's no like character voice to him. It's Seth Rogen, you know. So I
Yeah.
wish
Well,
that that's the only thing I can complain about. Everyone else sounded great.
I'm gonna be honest with you right now, though. I gave no shits about Seth Rogen being Donkey Kong. I loved it. I was like, it makes sense. He has a fucking dumb voice, like a derpy,
No,
dark,
he
or
sounds
deeper voice.
yeah, he sounds
Yeah.
good. He sounds good when he's just talking. I just don't like the his stupid fucking laugh. And you know what? I find his laugh very funny and like infectious. Like you'll laugh because of how goofy his laugh is. I just didn't like it for Donkey Kong, but I did like him as the voice actor of Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people in this movie were like, everybody shat on Chris Pratt and like just a lot of voice acting choices, but I thought it was great. I was never taken out of the movie because of that. A lot of people were shitting all over the fact that there wasn't much to the story. But what Mario game have you played where there's a lot to the story?
Yeah,
Every Mario game I've ever played is just someone gets kidnapped, go save them.
yeah,
When it comes to every Mario game we've ever gotten, mostly it's the princess. She gets kidnapped, go save her. Luigi's Mansion, hey, the whole gang got kidnapped except for Luigi. Go save them.
yeah.
That's it. It's every time. Like I don't like everyone who's just been like, there's not much to the story. That's what kind of pissed me off. It's like, get with the source material, bro. Like,
But they didn't. They also didn't just do that. Princess is a damsel in distress. Like
right.
nothing about this princess made me feel like, oh, damsel in distress, like you would see in the first few Mario video games and stuff. Like she was a badass. You know, she could do the obstacle course. And look, hey, we might be a little spoiler heavy on this, so just kind of don't watch this
Right.
point, I guess, if you haven't seen
Yeah.
the movie. Um, but like she was pretty badass in the obstacle scene. That's one of those pacing things that I felt was weird. Is like because they kept talking about, oh, Mario's training with Peach. You know, like
Yeah.
no, he just did this obstacle course overnight, and that's it. And like the other thing that was really weird was like everyone knew where everyone is moving. Like Peach had intel of what Bowser was doing, and Bowser had intel of like, oh, she's training a human with a mustache. You know, like it just moved really fast. Like who's telling each other's sides like what's going on this?
I
Uh,
mean, but at the same time, it's Mario World, so it's like I don't doubt that there's some sort of turtle flying around,
right.
like seeing everything they're doing and reporting to Bowser. I don't doubt that there is like a toad running around somewhere that knows exactly what Bowser's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like I'm not worried about those things when it comes to a Super Mario game
Right.
or a Super Mario movie or
Look, it's fine. Like I looked past all that because it's fine. There's so many Easter eggs. I fucking loved watching the backgrounds for Easter eggs. What Easter eggs did you notice any?
I mean, I noticed like, Yoshi's
The
like I
Yoshi
said they're
herd.
yeah, they're like saying there's, wildlife running around and then we just see like a gang of Yoshis like running wild like in
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, we have like paintings in the background at Peach's castle that are reminiscent of like Mario 64.
Yeah.
We have like there's characters that like make the tiniest appearance in the background that we
Hmm.
never even see. Like my wife was like, we didn't even see any boos, and I was like, no, there was a boo. There was like King Boo
King Boo was in it.
at was like the wedding, and he was just in the background for a second,
Yeah.
So
Uh,
like stuff like that.
so at the very beginning, like when Mario and Luigi are running through town trying to get to that first job, and he's doing the obstacle course kind of stuff, he jumps over the fence and he slides down the pole, and there's like a castle pizza or it's some kind of castle burger or something like that. So it looks like the castle from the original Mario game, and he slid down the pole. So there's Easter eggs like that. There's Punch Out Pizza, I think is what it was called.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I
Now,
did see that too.
if you had a really sharp eye when they're in that pizza parlor place, the Punch Out Pizza, you can see a little like old flyer on the wall where it's obviously Little Mac and Mike Tyson. Like it's obviously them. Obviously they
Yeah.
won't use Mike Tyson, but it's clearly him. Um, then he's playing Kid Icarus on NES.
Yep. Yep.
There's just so many good little references. Like the capes from Super Mario World, like they show like a picture or something of them with them tied. Oh,
Yeah.
in the commercial that they're shooting for.
Yep. Yep.
Just so many little things.
Well, I'm pretty sure too that when they're doing the commercial, that's like from the Mario Brothers show back in the
Yes,
day.
yes.
Like I said, the hey Paisano, it's the Super Mario
With
Brothers
Captain-
Super Show.
Captain Lou Alabama,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever his name is. Yeah,
Yeah. But also, Jenna was saying that dog. She was like, "Is that the dog
from
that it looks like Luigi's Mansion dog before it died or something?" And I was like, I didn't get through much of Luigi's Mansion, but I was like, but it seems like a stretch for that one.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but yeah, there was so much stuff. Oh, shout out to that little sprite, the little sprite from Mario Galaxy. That's just like the little kid voice. He was like the breakout of the whole movie. Like he's like super depressed.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
yes. The little blue star thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like they're all about to like get dipped into the lava, and he's like, "Oh yeah, finally we get to end of everything." And then they get saved, and he's like, "Boo!"
Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah, just so many little funny things. There's so many references to the Mario games from all generations, not just like the first
Right.
few games. Donkey Kong obviously has his appearance in it.
Yep.
There's a Diddy Kong, and there's
Yep.
Dixie Kong is sitting right beside him and stuff. I wasn't sure
Yeah,
if they were going to show Diddy Kong because Diddy
I
Kong's
thought so too.
it's a weird legal thing because Rare used to make the Donkey Kong games,
Hmm.
and Rare actually created the Diddy Kong character, and I think they ended up creating Dixie Kong and a lot of the other Kongs. So I always was curious on like,
Was
is
was was there one of the crocodile dudes in the movie?
uh, King K. Rule? I didn't see any
Okay.
of the Kremlins or King K. Rule. But you know what? I would love to see a Donkey Kong spin-off movie now, just so we can
Oh yeah.
explore that world. But they
Oh yeah.
but they've changed the lore quite a bit with Cranky being the King Kong.
Yeah. Uh Also, okay, let's talk about Mario Karts too.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, way fun. Like every bit of that, I was just like cheesing. That let's just say also, this is like the as much as everybody's been shitting on it, it's like, wow, so everybody just shat on the movie where I like dumb smiled for an hour and a
Me
half.
too.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. So every single bit about Mario Kart, I was like, oh dang, love it, love it,
There
love it.
there was something that was missing from the Mario Kart scene. I wanted to see them put a Mad Max reference with like a boo or something playing the guitar and like hanging from it or I wanted
Yeah.
that so bad. I was like, it's gonna happen. It has to because they have these big ass carts and stuff. I was really bummed out that that didn't happen.
And another thing too, I was with all that we did fit into this movie, the lack of certain things surprised me too, because I know that the things that we didn't get are being held out for a specific reason.
Yeah.
Like for instance, when the movie actually ended, I was like, what's going to be in the post-credit scene? And obviously, my wife was like, well, it has to be Yoshi. And I was like, okay, but what about this? We didn't see any Koopa kids. There are like, what, seven? Seven Koopa kids and Koopa Jr.
Yeah.
So, like, eight different subplot villains we didn't see at all. Even though we saw different worlds on the map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was already like, they have to be the sequel. You know what I mean? It would be so dumb if they weren't.
Yeah. And there are two post credit scenes. There's a mid credit scene and then the after credit scene, which is the Yoshi egg. And it's just cracking open, which we were talking about this off mic a minute ago. That is our Yoshi. The one that we all know and love. That's Mario's, friend. So, or that's what we assume anyways, right? Because there's a
Right.
bunch of
Yeah.
different color Yoshis. If you ever play Yoshi's Story, Yoshi's Island, there's like a bunch of different Yoshis. I don't know if
Yeah.
Yoshi is Yoshi's name or if that's the breed is named. Like I've never been real clear on that. So
I don't think it's ever been real clear,
well,
actually.
see,
So,
I know in Mario RPG, some of the Yoshis have different names. They're like when you go to
okay.
a certain island and you meet Yoshi or talk to him or whatever. Some of them have different names, I believe. So I've never been real clear on if it's like the Baby Yoda situation. Like his name,
Yeah.
it's not Baby Yoda. Are they all Yoda or all Yoshis or I don't know. We'll
I don't
find
know.
out.
It just seems like we've been brought up to say, "Oh, look all the Yoshis. Look at all
Right,
the Yoshis."
right.
And then you get the real Yoshi and you're like, "Oh, that's Yoshi."
That's Yoshi.
Yeah. You're like, "That's my Yoshi." But then you're also like, "Look at all the other Yoshis."
Yeah.
Like, blue Yoshi, red Yoshi, black Yoshi.
But Green
But this
Yoshi
is
is just
like
Yoshi.
Yoshi. Yeah.
Uh,
Super confusing.
one of the little Easter eggs I forgot to mention when their cell phone starts ringing, that's the GameCube
Oh
entrance.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which as I was listening to that, I was like, that's actually a pretty cool ringtone. Like that'd be really cool to have as a
Yeah.
ringtone.
Lots of stuff. I think the one thing that we haven't really talked about yet, though, was the standout voice actor of the whole movie, Jack
Oh,
Black.
so good, so good. The
Like
entire
as
time.
Yeah, as far as everyone in the movie was great, he was he was the one that I was like, what's he gonna do for Bowser? How's he gonna be different? But then whenever you hear him in the movie, you're almost like, is that Jack Black? Because he's like being himself and not being himself at the same time,
Yeah.
enough to be like, this is a great Bowser. It doesn't even sound like Jack Black in a way, but then he has like a couple of singing parts where obviously he sounds like Jack Black at those points.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun to hear Bowser like simping over Peach. We've never really got, we've never really got in a Mario game irrational horny Bowser
Right.
just be like, I know we hate each other, but I'm definitely gonna propose to her and she's gonna say yes. Like,
Well, I've got the star. She's gonna like. So
yeah.
I saw an article earlier before we started recording, and I was just scrolling through Facebook. I wish I would have saved it. I'm looking for it now. But I think that Peaches song is in the top like Apple iTunes charts right now,
Amazing.
which is funny because me and the kid found it on Spotify when we left, and I was like, oh look, it's actually on here already, and we listened to it on the way home.
Yeah. So yeah. So I don't know. It's weird. We just talked about Star Wars fandom and how everyone is like, I love Star Wars, but you liked Last Jedi? You're stupid.
Yeah.
I hate you, even though you liked something within the franchise of Star Wars. And it's like, now we have a Super Mario movie, and if you compare it to the old school one,
Oh, you slow down there. Before you say another word, know that I love that movie. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. As
well, we don't
terrible as
know
it is.
why you love it.
I did a whole review on Secret Levels podcast. Go check out that movie review.
I mean, it was a lovable movie, but it
Yeah.
just wasn't Mario. It was
Right.
just a fun
Hey,
thing.
I do think if we would have got the movie that was originally pitched, it was going to be like a dark, gritty. That one was kind of dark and gritty, but it was going to be really dark and really gritty, and it was going to be fucking awesome from the sounds of it. So we really missed out on that one. But yeah, what were you going to say about the old one? I'll shut up.
But yeah, it's just with fandom nowadays, it's just gone crazy. It's irrational. It's wild. It's all over the place. It's like we got a Mario movie and it had all of the characters the way we picture them in the games, and we got storylines the way that we picture them in the game, and we got references all over the place.
All over.
We got super fun. We had fun the whole time, and then people are like, "Oh, this isn't cinema." It's like I even saw somebody that was just like making a satire video that was just like, the Mario Brothers movie. I wanted this for decades, and now that I got it, this isn't cinema.
Exactly. You wanted this movie for decades. You're a fucking old person now. This isn't meant for you. You got to let your inner child out on this one. I do think that. You got to let your inner child just have fun on this one. If you think too hard about the plot, if you think too hard about how quick it's moving, you do kind of get dragged down a little bit. If you're a fan of Mario, I think you just watch it and enjoy it. And I think
Yeah.
just let that kid out, I wish we would have had this movie when we were kids. Like, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Just think of how much of a bigger Mario fan you would have been after watching this movie if we were like 10, 9 or 10.
Yeah, I just don't know what people want
Right.
anymore. You know what I mean? Because I've never, even when you play a super redundant Mario game, you never sit there and you go, ugh, they're just doing too much
They're just
with
doing
this.
the Mario stuff.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's odd that even whenever I was playing Mario Sunshine, and I was like, when am I getting to the Bowser level?
Yeah.
I have played for hours and hours and hours. And I never once was like, they're just really doing too much. They're just really being redundant. No, I was just like, no, I'm still having fun. Mario will be Mario. So I don't know. We got a super fast paced hour and a half long Mario movie, and people are like, I don't know, this was just terrible. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know what people want.
It's fun. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. Also, shout out to Winnie for snoring. I can hear her snoring back there. Your puppy dog. Oh, there she is.
Winnie,
That's your little Yoshi.
Winnie, Winnie, look, Winnie, look over here.
She's like, I was asleep. What'd you wake me up for? Oh, look at that.
But yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know. But what did you think? Guys, if you're watching this, what'd you think about it? Let us know in the comments. Tell us if we missed anything that you loved. Put it in the comments. Or if you want to tell us why you hated it or something you did hate about it, put it in the comments and we'll get back to you. We'll talk about this shit. Because I even went on the Angry Joe review show just to be like, you guys are just jaded as hell. This was fun. This was so fun.
Yeah.
So I cheesed the whole time. My cheeks hurt because I was cheesing.
Right.
So
If I want to see what Easter eggs we missed, so if you saw any Easter eggs that we didn't talk about, or maybe we forgot to talk about, put it in the comments because I want to know like all the stuff to go back and look for when it comes out to where I can watch it again. So, yeah,
yeah,
tell us what
for
we
sure.
missed.
Yeah. And also if you have suggestions or comments, hit us up at nerdingoutwithrickshaw at gmail.com. And we will read your email and get back to you on that one. But I guess we'll see you later, Toby.
I'll see you later, Rickshaw.
And we'll see you later, nerds.
Woohoo!